Hey everybody, I'm out here in the forest today because, well, I had some loose ends to tie up. See, it just snowed a bunch, which does not help my situation, I will freely admit that, but, basically, I have a friend who I left in the woods, and I need to find him again. I thought he could find his way back, but he didn't. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I kind of left him in the woods. Now, I didn't want to leave him in the woods, in the forest, or whatever you call it, but it's hard to explain. Basically, the other day, I realized, I'm almost an adult, and, need a job. How else am I gonna make it in the world? Sorry, this snow is really loud. Look, it's like ice, half ice. I'm sorry about that. But I thought, how am I gonna make it in the world if I don't have a job, I don't have, anything to do, and I can't work at like Starbucks or something. I hate Starbucks. God, spicy. I hate how their drinks taste, and I don't think there's anything on the menu I like. Like literally not a single thing I like. McDonald's, you get all the beeping. That's besides the point. But basically, I don't want one of those stinky jobs, Like, how am I supposed to become an executive movie producer from that? So I was thinking, why don't I... Sounds worse when I say it. But, what if I, took somebody else's idea, all the best ideas were perfected by other people, right? I mean, Ray Kroc, right? He didn't invent McDonald's, but he made it better, read his autobiography, right? So I could be somewhat like Ray Kroc if I gotta turn around here. I could be like Ray Kroc. I could be the Ray Kroc, but not of McDonald's, of something else. And so one of my favorite things just in the world is chocolate, right? I love eating chocolate, yeah, that's basically it. But, I thought I could be like a Willy Wonka, like, making magical chocolate. And I think I found something that is like as close as anybody's gonna get to Willy Wonka in real life, okay? So think about it like this, right? Willy Wonka was able to make magical candies, right? They just don't do what you normally expect them to do. That's kind of what this does. It's a chocolate, basically. Oh god, the snow's getting really deep here. Look at this. I should have worn boots or something. But this chocolate, I'm not going to go into details yet, because, don't want you taking it. But basically this, chocolate does magical things that, nothing else on the market can do. And so, basically, I had to take care of this guy, but in turn, I got his recipe. Pretty slamming deal, if you ask me. Like, okay. Yeah, that's why he's left in the woods. He wasn't really there on his own volition. I killed him. That sounds worse to say out loud, but think about it, right? So many people, everybody in history has died, okay? Every single person who's ever lived has died. So is it really that big of a deal that for my own personal gain, like, I'm like a lion killing a house cat, Like, I want to be the wolf in the world full of sheep, you know what I'm saying? So, what had to be done, had to be done. That's just how it goes in this world, in this modern world. That's how things go. Sorry. And now, I do actually have... Oh, I hate this. Look. God. Litter. Hate litter. People who litter, the worst. I'm gonna keep this with me now for the rest of the thing. Maybe he littered too. That'd be good, right? Yeah, maybe he deserved it a little bit. But, you know. Oh, God. Oh, the ice is really bad here. You know, I would know where I left him. It's not like I have Alzheimer's or something, you know. I'm not 62 and a half. So, you know, I theoretically should know where he is, right? But the issue is, in New York, every forest looks the same, right? And I had a little bit to okay. I don't drink per se. But the other day I was helping my mom empty some wine, like really old wine, you know. And you know, I wasn't gonna drink any of it, right? I wasn't gonna do that. But you know, I thought, you know, I was dumping it in the sink, you know, I was helping her with the corks because she can't quite open the corks that well. I'm sure she could if she wanted to. She just probably wanted me to do it all. But I was doing the corks, and, you know, I was pouring it in the sink, and I had this really nice, like, fresh sourdough bread, like, really good sourdough bread. And when I tasted it, after smelling all that wine, do you know what this is, by the way? Like blue stuff every so often in the forest here. There's, like, this really delicious wine that, it wasn't, well, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. It wasn't delicious at this moment in time. But basically, I smelled the wine, and it's, you know, it smelled pretty good. But it made the bread taste really bad. I think it might be from, like, the, you know, how it's made with yeast. Like, bread's made with yeast or something. If you look at my most popular video, as of right now, I actually, used some yeast in that one, if you know what I mean. So, you know, check that out if you want a little more insight. That's not real wine, though. It's mead. Like Skyrim, you know. But, yeah. So, you know, I was like, okay, maybe the wine is what's making this bread taste bad, right? You know, the yeast, the smell or something must be doing it. So, I had a sip of the wine, and it didn't taste that much different. Like, the bread didn't taste that much different. So, it's really bad up here. Oh, there's a lot of low-hanging branches. By the way, that's what the Explorer hat's about. I was looking for a hat for this video. Couldn't find a hat. I just had this prop hat, this Explorer hat. And, you know, I guess it works, right? The jungle hat, because, you know, all the branches are bouncing off, right? But anyways, long story short, I drink a little bit of the wine, and it made the bread taste worse. So, you know, I was right. I did figure out the culprit, which is good. But you know what happens when you drink a little too much. Yeah, I forgot what I was doing. This is also partially why I took care of him the way I was. Like, see, he had a key. I need to take a break here for a second. He had a key, and it was, you know, he said he had it at his house, and so I was going to meet him in the forest, and he was going to get the key for me, right? Ooh. Yeah, this is near a road, by the way. But he was going to get the key for me. Don't worry, when I'm deeper in the forest, there won't be cars to worry about, which is good. But, you know, so I wanted to get the key. He was going to give it to me in the forest, but he said he had it at his house. Had a little, you know. And, yeah. Now, I went to his house, and, you know, I think I took the wrong key. I took his house key. Sucks. That's not nice on his part for not giving me the key. Like, he wouldn't have had to, you know, if he actually just did what I wanted. Like, sometimes in life I feel like things could go so much more smoothly if people just did what I wanted. But yeah, I had to take care of him, and now I'm only just now realizing, because okay, we're catching up to where we are now. I basically just got to his house, and the forest is actually kind of close to his house. But his key wasn't there. And the key I had, as we know, was the house key. So now I just realized that the key is on him, and he was lying to me. And I really should have checked him, last night. So here I am, retracing my steps. I don't know if it's easier or harder for, dogs to sniff scents in the winter or not. Let's hope not, though. Got a snack here. I really love these chewy dips bars. They're really good. But here we are. Can't remember where I buried him. And I have to retrace my steps. Don't want to litter. So, here I am. In the woods. Kind of sucks. In the middle of the winter. I mean, this snow, like, it's like ice. It's not good. Hate it out here, man. Hate it. But you gotta do what you gotta do. In this hard world, you gotta make a living somehow, right? And, I think I'm almost there, actually. This does look familiar. Yeah. There's the pile of bricks. I think there used to be some old construction around here, and then they decided, like, it wasn't fit for building houses any further. It's like a swamp area. Luckily not in the winter. So they left, like, some pallets of material. You want to see it real quick? Or I can show you. Yeah, they left some pallets over here because I guess it's just cheaper to leave them here and to get new stuff than to move them, because they are pretty heavy. Yeah, got a pallet of bricks, and then there's, like, a house around here. But I guess that was, like, the last house they could make before it was, like, too swampy or something, which is good. Because in school, I don't know if you learned this, but swamps are actually good for the environment. A lot of biodiversity in swamps, so, maybe that's a good thing. But anyways, for me, it's good because I have a landmark. But I think we're just about there.